Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, me. Hello, hello, hello. YouTube and TikTok, welcome to the weekly live stream. It's so good to have each and every single one of you here. Thank you for joining me, whether you're on TikTok or whether you're on YouTube or whether you're there in the ethers supporting me in this channel. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing amazingly well. And before we get started, I just want to share. If there's anything technologically that's happening that you guys are seeing, be sure to let me know for sure. I just accidentally X'd out my YouTube live streaming page, so I didn't know what was going on. But it looks like everyone is still there. Hello, hello, hello. I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliments. Nicole, Sana, Marielle, Leah, welcome. Jusara. Thank you guys so much. Before we get started, I just want to share for those of you guys that are new, that are hopping onto this live stream, what this is, who I am, and what you're going to get from today, whether you're here live or watching the replay. My name's Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to meet you and have you here on my channel, Science of the Soul and Stars. I couldn't be more excited for today's weekly live stream. We do this every week, once a week, and the whole purpose of it is to give you the clarity and the updates, the reassurance, the inspiration, and the knowledge of what's going on collectively when it comes to love, and specifically true love. And what I've identified this channel and this collective to be is the collective that is coming together, both the sacred and divine masculine and the sacred and divine feminine coming together into union in the collective. And this collective group that we've created, this community and this channel that I've been called to create here through many synchronicities, is guiding everyone back towards union, both within and for their true love counterparts and within themselves. And so if you want to tune in on that weekly basis, be sure, of course, if you're new, to hit that subscribe button, and that little like button helps this video and channel grow, so of course we can guide more people. So I hope all of you are doing amazingly well. Today is a very special day, of course. I've seen it in the chat. You guys know this is the Libra full moon. So an epic, epic, epic sort of culmination to tremendous internal healing that's been going on deep within our souls when it comes to allowing the things that are preventing partnerships and collaboration and union, right? The counterpart energies, the masculine and feminine sides of ourselves, from coming together and becoming whole once again. And so this week has been tremendously, I've been hearing from clients and experiencing it myself, a bit of a roller coaster when it comes to those deep down trapped dark feelings inside of us that may have even happened early on in childhood from parents and from family and from experiences that are still lingering with us today, that are keeping us from meeting our true love connection. And just really quickly, because I think there's going to be a lot of new people watching, and when I say Twin Souls True Love Collective, this is the new wave of the Twin Flame Collective. And because where I believe and what I believe true love is, it's the greatest catalyst to growth and transformation, but it's also the new way of being in society. One thing I believe society is transitioning into is away from the hookup culture, away from dating all these people and maybe settling down with one that seems stable or okay or fundamentally what you thought was what you needed. And what I believe is we are finding our true love destined counterpart, and that there is truly, if you're watching and resonating with this collective specifically, one person that you feel deep down inside of your soul, whether or not you've met them yet, whether you're already with them, whether you are in separation from them, or whether or not you know that they are coming into your life, this collective group is coming together towards union, towards one another, so we can engage in true love, a deep, real soul connection that is fulfilling on all levels and will help us to become the greatest potential self that we have in this lifetime here. So that is the collective that, if you're just joining in or you're new to, that's the collective that you have hopped into and are now an official part of. So welcome to the family. And I appreciate all you guys too who have been here watching and being a part of the journey. It's been an honor to channel for you here. And the way it works is this. Here's the basic structure of today. It's always slightly different, as you'll see, right? It goes through evolutions and changes. But but what I do is I open the ceremony and I call in the guides. And those of you guys who are new, again, spirit guides, right? We all have spirit guides. We all have angels guiding us in some way, shape, or form. We have all of the divine in the universe sharing with us messages that we need to hear at any given moment. And what I can do is I have a gift to be able to translate those messages and those insights into words and to speak them through. It's what I call channeled messages from the divine. Okay, and so some people can see, some people can feel, some people can just know. I'm one of those people who can hear and know and speak out the channeled messages. And so what I'll be doing is opening the ceremony, channeling whatever collective love and life messages from the divine, okay, specifically Archangel Michael, Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, these energies, to give us the love and life updates for our highest good and healing at this time, now generally and also for the week ahead. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a mix of channeled messages like you're hearing right now, and also oracle card channeled messages, and then tarot and astrology as well. Those are the vehicles which we'll do. And it's always a lot of fun, a lot of crazy synchronicities that happen. So I welcome you guys again. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open the ceremony. Before I actually do that, I want to explain one more thing. And it's kind of it's an exciting, it's my coming out announcement, right, of what this channel is going to be and where it's going and what I've kind of evolved into throughout this week. And it's called the Twin Soul Collective. Those of you guys who are seeing this name on the channel, it's Twin Soul Collective. So those of you guys who know about twin flames, okay, and are familiar with the twin flame concept, it is that, essentially. It is the twin flame concept. However, one thing I've realized is there is a new generation of twin flames who are coming together now at this time collectively, all right, who have the intention to come into romantic union. Soul and romantic and life union. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, true love union in the Twin Flame Collective. This is the new generation. What we are creating is the new generation of Twin Flame Collective union. Now, here, and in the future. That's what we are a part of. That's why it feels so new. That's why it feels so different. And that's why I had to change the name, quite frankly. Because there's so much history. There's so much of a chapter that already happened with the twin flames in the past. And many, many twin flame people who have been involved in twin flames for years now and can tell their amazing stories, who have paved the way for this collective here and now to come together. And now it's time. And now it's time for the Twin Flame Collective to actually engage in life, 3D, earthly, true love, and union in this lifetime. That is the intention behind it. If you are following this channel, if you are resonating with this, it is true love, it is union, but it's also special soul tie, twin soul union that we are headed towards and that we are channeling for and because of. Okay, so just when I want to state that out loud so everyone who's new, they know what I mean when I say twin soul and true love. That's what I mean. It's the feeling you have with someone or will have with someone where it's unlike anything you've ever experienced. It's the most transformative, destructive, and growth-oriented experience you've ever had with someone in a relationship. And no matter what you do, say, think, or go towards, you always, always, always have and will have this deep feeling of love and compassion and desire to come together with this person in this lifetime, no matter what has happened between you. And that is how you know your soul and their soul has this specific contract to want to come together into a special type of union that is unlike anything the earth has ever seen before, that will lead us to our greatest individual soul destinies and collective soul destinies as the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. And the last thing this channel, this video is about is the convergence and the merging and the harmony and the balance between the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. That is a very important part because we've gone like this and like this and like this as a collective in terms of our value when it comes to the masculine and our value when it comes to the feminine. There's been time periods in our history where we've way overvalued, right, the masculine and said the masculine is way more valuable or important than the feminine. And then there's been periods where we've switched up and said the feminine's way more important than the masculine and, done this. And now it has to come back into balance. We have to see equal value in both polarities, both sexualities, both genders, right, both identities to come together. That's the whole point. But it has to be in a proper way. a proper way that is energetically aligned, spiritually aligned, and structured in a way that nature intended. And that is what is going on. That is the reorganization of energies that is happening right now. If you feel confused or lost and all of the things in your head or your conditioning is like completely different from what is going on now or what you're feeling, that's why. It's because the energies are reorganizing themselves so that you are in alignment with your true nature as a feminine being, even a female, or a masculine being, or a male. Right? And spirit and nature and evolution is asking you to step into that true way of being, to embrace it and to open yourself to it so that you can, of course, live out the most fulfilling, most enjoyable, most abundant, and most incredible life. One full of ease, fulfillment, purpose, love, and pure joy. So that is what is happening collectively right now. And it's had to take a lot of separation. It's had to take a lot of separation, hasn't it? Right? It's had to take a lot of time for us to be able to come back into balance. Because it couldn't happen when we were just side by side together trying to wrestle it out. There was too much energy. There was too many things that needed to be sorted out. There was too many things that needed to be balanced out within our own souls. Right? Speaking on behalf of the divine masculine and divine feminine, there was too much toxic energy deep down buried underneath from years and years and years of trauma, years and years and years of conditioning that is laid down deep in our soul before we could fully mesh together in perfect balance and harmony with value and respect, but also in the natural way, natural order of how the divine masculine, and divine sacred feminine are meant to interact and be with one another. And one thing I believe is no one knows what that really is. No one knows. I don't know. No one knows what that really looks like. The true, balanced, harmonious, actual engagement of yin and yang in harmony together, opposing counterpart sides, fully merged into one. What does that look like? Where is that going? I don't know. But I can tell you this, that's where we're headed. And we're headed into the state of true love, true unconditional love, true bliss, and with that true fulfillment of what we came here and what we intended on a soul level to do with our lives for ourselves and for the world. So, long dramatic monologue, just about finished. I'm going to get into the ceremony in a second. But I wanted to set the stage for those of you guys who are still here and who are new joining what we're here and why we're here and what we're doing. And do me a favor, if you haven't already and you want to continue to stay on this weekly Soul Tribe collective that's going to really change the world, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of the Soul family. Be sure to do me a favor, hit that like button as well. Helps this video and channel grow so we can guide who we're supposed to guide to union. Okay? And if you want to be notified every time I go live and every time I release a video, which will be a lot more very soon, now that I've gone through this full change and evolution in myself and this own channel, be sure to hit that bell button as well so you get those notifications. All right, guys. So let's do it. I'm excited now. We had to get that out. I knew there was something that needed to come out before we get into it. All right, opening the ceremony now officially between myself and the collective audience live here on TikTok and YouTube. Calling in my spirit guides, calling in my angels, calling in my archangels, calling in the ancestors, loved ones, wise ones, and ascended masters who would like to participate in today's ceremony and live meeting between myself and the collective. Calling in our collective guides and angels and archangels who would like to share their wisdom and insight into this ceremony here and now for the collective live on TikTok and on YouTube, watching now and in the future. Thank you so much, Spirit. Calling in specifically Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Jesus Christ, and Mary Magdalene to help guide this ceremony. Thank you so much, Spirit. The ceremony is now officially open. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with a channeled oracle reading and or channeled messages that Spirit wants to share for us this week. Nope. There we go. Let me actually, you know what? They did say to do that. So I'm going to go into some channel messages here, see what they have. Spirit, what channel messages do we have for the collective at this particular time? Any message you'd like for me to pass along? Settle in and be strong. Right now is not the time to falter. Now is the time to ground down and to become firm in your foundation more than ever. We want you to practice the stillness of a rock as it grounds down into the foundation of earth and cannot be taken down by anything or anyone. We want you to take your power and who you are and what you really represent and show it, build it tangibly into the earth for all to be seen and all to be felt. We want your power to be able to radiate outwards with a firm, strong, real, and trustworthy foundation that can withstand the tests of time. Right now, we are all in the process of building that foundation, of making sure that there are no cracks, making sure that there are no leaks, and making sure that we can trust each and every step and each and every word that we say and that we do. We must have what we feel in our hearts and what is represented on the earth in perfect and full alignment. What can be seen and felt by others must be in alignment with what you truly feel and say within yourself. This is the cycle that wants to come into completion and into harmony, for the potentiality within you and your own soul to represent itself tangibly here on the earth through your foundation of home, foundation of structure, foundation of providership, and your ability to provide a safe haven for those in need at this time. We encourage you to continue the building process. We encourage you not to feel or be deterred by anyone or anything. And we encourage you to stay on your own path and finish it out until completion. We are working now, dear souls, to and towards the path of completion. And you will know when that time has arrived. Stay hungry, stay happy, stay fulfilled, and stay persistent. We love you all. These are the channel messages for now that Spirit had for us. All right. Let's get into the channeled oracle messages. You guys are welcome. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones, angels and archangels. What are the general messages and insights you'd like to confirm or clarify for us today through the channeled oracle? Let us see. Pragya, it is. She asked, is this hunger like how Lee Brown asked us, or Les Brown asked us to be hungry and motivated? It is, but it has to be authentic. Right now, there's a source of pure, genuine motivation in your life, whether it's true love, right? Whether it's having your counterpart come into your life, or whether it's the motivation to just be something greater. Spirit is asking us to follow and utilize that motivation and follow this part of life through so we can build that solid foundation and tap into that true potential of motivation. We have the hunter. Wow. How about a confirmation of that, right? Talk about being hungry. Talk about being hungry, driven, and motivated. We have the hunter. So Spirit is clearly saying it is time, right, to get into that way of being where you are sharp, where you are ready to rock and roll, where you know your target, your destination, and you do not allow anything or anyone else to distract you from getting to where you need to go. And so it's like there's a certain way of being, a certain thing you got to build, or a certain destination you have to reach at this period of time. And Spirit is asking you to tap right in and go for it, and to not be afraid of anything or anyone from distracting you from it. So it's asking you to tap into that inner potential of motivation that is lying deep within. What a beautiful, beautiful card. There is something, right? And the other thing is, too, that I'm getting is the ancestral connection at this time is quite strong, right? There are ancestors, your ancestors, right? There's bloodlines wanting you to come through. And it feels like they want to share this fire with you, your ancestors, right? If you allow them, if you ask, right? If you know of someone in your lineage, right? Maybe someone that passed on, or you feel that presence, allow them to come in and show you what you're here to do at this time. They do strongly want you. Part of what you're building, by the way, is breaking these ancestral roots, okay? So part of what I'm hearing is whatever you're building, whatever you're working towards, whatever you're doing right now, you're breaking the lineage. You're breaking the pattern of what your ancestors and what your family before you couldn't or didn't do. And you are breaking out of the pattern that restricted you for so many years, that did not and would not allow you to become who you're fully meant to become. Right? So if you are an entrepreneur, for example, and your family is used to working for someone else or a job or having a limited feeling of freedom or restriction, right? Or if you are someone who never went to, or your family never went to college or school and you were educating yourself, or if you were someone who, right, never had your own home, right? You're working towards a home. It's something that is being specifically addressed and called for you to break free, to break out of, and to create something that is new, that will heal the limiting beliefs and restrictions that your ancestors before you had, and maybe perhaps distilled within your genetic code at this time. The fire comes out in the middle of the spread. I've been getting this card for so many clients this week, and what I've been seeing is this is the hellfire of change. The hellfire of change. When I say it's time to light your own fire intrinsically and show what is here to be shown for the world without limitation or without any need for making an excuse in any way, I mean show it. Light that fire. Be that example. And be someone who doesn't care what others think of you for what and how you express yourself to the world. That is what the world needs most importantly right now, is the way in which you express yourself, even if it's crazy, even if it's silly, even if it's ridiculous, even if you have 2 stars behind you that look a little weird and you're like, Brandon, why do you have 2 red metal stars and a weird bracelet on your wrist? Even if it's all those things, the Spirit is asking you to express that part of yourself, because that is your own unique fire. Do you guys see what I'm saying? You have to express your own unique fire. You have to light your own fire. No one is here to light your fire for you. Spirit is asking if there's anyone else out there that you have been depending on to feel competent, to feel in control, to feel like you are powerful, to feel like you have a fire. That's the person, that's the thing that's being ripped away from you, so that you can light your own fire. It's time. Okay? And or the people that have been restricting your ability to light your own fire. You guys see what I'm saying? If you look at who and what you've been separated from in recent times in your life, whether it's a job, whether it's a person, whether it's a family, what you've chosen to walk away from, it's because they haven't allowed you in some way, shape, or form to light and be your own highest, most expressive, and unique, powerful version of yourself. That is the reason. And so it's time, if you are looking for a confirmation, a validation of what it's time to do and what it's time to be and who it's time to be your own version of yourself and complete this darn cycle. Because within this fire, this hellfire of change is a circle as well of completion. And so it tells me that this cycle that we're in also is dependent upon us finding and lighting our own fire inside of ourselves and expressing that to the world. That is part of what we're here to do. That is part of why we're here. Okay? And the spiral here, not being afraid anymore of your own specific and your own personal uniqueness for the world. This is your own interpersonal magic in the most revolutionary and different and beautiful of ways that may have been repressed in some way, shape, or form up until this point, the spiral, that is unlike anything the world has ever seen. And if you look at the shell of some sea creature, I don't know what sea creature, but I've heard this on a documentary. If you look at the shells, right, of these sea creatures, if you look at our fingerprints, if you look at any pattern that is on an individual creature or expression of light and energy that is manifested here on Earth, you will see that no two spirals are exactly the same. No two fingerprints are exactly the same in human beings. No two genetic expressions of life and love and energy through God are exactly the same. And that's because it wasn't intended to be. We are not intended to be the same thing. We are not intended to be looked upon as the same thing or the same way as everyone else. We are meant to be unique, outstanding, and expressive creatures of our own unique identity and genetic expression. And so anyone and anything, including society or including people in your life that want to try and make you just like everyone else, or to just be the same, or to just blend in with anything else, is evil. And frankly, something to rebel against. They may not realize that they are being evil, but the essence of trying to get everything and everyone to be objectified, commodified, equalized. This is an essence of evil that goes against true human nature. Because we are not. We are different. We are unique. And we are expressive in our own ways. The value each of us has, yes, is equal. For sure. But the ways in which we are, the ways of being in which we are meant to express ourselves, is dramatically different. And to attempt to limit that in any way, shape, or form is evil. The circle, the Andean cross, the witness, one more, and thunder. The thing that you don't realize right now with the circle, you see these hands? YouTube, TikTok, do you guys see these hands here? These hands here are doing two things. They're meant to push you along on your path, but they are of unconditional support for you being who and what you are. What's interesting is these forces at this time may not be showing up as something you can understand as supporting and or supportive of you. The very thing that you crave the most support and love from to do what you're here to do and be who you're here to be may appear to be doing the opposite by separating from you or from putting you down or from just not telling you how much they value you or whatever it is that you are craving. And the irony behind this is that that thing, that presence, that person, whatever that is for you that is pulled away, is doing it because of support. Is doing it because they needed to find a way to push you into your greatest life destiny. And there was no other way. And it was a push from behind. It was a push forward. And we don't like to be pushed. No one likes to be pushed. It's not comfortable to be pushed forward into our destined life path. It's uncomfortable. North Node is, in astrology, very scary. It's our destined life path for this lifetime. But sometimes it's necessary for life, the universe, and our sacred divine counterpart, particularly a twin soul, to give us a little push. In whatever way that hurts us the most. or it's most painful to endure, sometimes they must give us a little push. And what I'm here to share with all of you listening is that if you do feel that push, know that it comes from a place deep down underneath all of it, no matter how it seems, of unconditional support for who and what you really are, and unconditional love. But sometimes unconditional love is hard because it's truth. And truth hurts too. We have the Andean cross. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I really appreciate that on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you, guys. There's a lot of cards here. We have the Andean cross. This is about, right here, ancient magic. Ancient magic that's showing up in your life. And there's a connection you have with someone that goes back, way far back into what I'm getting is like Egyptian times here with this card. And there was a purpose. What I'm channeling here now is there's a purpose that you two actually had at that time that you realized way back when. This is like Egyptian times, like ancient times you two were together. If you go back into your past lives, you two shared this experience where you saw all of this happening and playing out. And you saw how and when and why it would come together in this lifetime. This is the portal that you are slowly but surely becoming aware of in this lifetime, the Andean cross. There's an ancient experience that's popping up, that could pop up into your memory at this time, or if you feel into it, with a specific counterpart in your life, a true love, destined twin soul, soulmate, where you knew that this was the lifetime where it would be most difficult and also had to be in order to literally save the planet. And I know that I can be dramatic sometimes. I am self-aware enough to know that I can be dramatic sometimes. My 10th house is in Cancer, Leo, and Chiron is there. So maybe the more dramatic I am, the more healing it is for all of us in some ways. But all jokes aside, you knew that this destined time would come for your paths and for the planet. And it's that reawakening of that destined time, of that certain person, and the reason why it had to happen now, and only now, and in this lifetime, that is coming into a full remembrance. And what I'm getting is you may even at some point fully remember this intention, this life, with this person, and realize with clarity why it all had to happen in the ways it had to happen. But just know there's an ancient lineage that's here. There's an ancient intention, and there's an ancient piece of instruction that is waiting for you, should you be ready to receive it with and alongside your counterpart. You two are here to change the world through your love and your expression of your gifts, and through all of the healing and all of the stuff that you've gone through together. Okay? Thunder, right here. Again, had this with one of my clients this week, but it's about tribe and soul family. So right now, one of the most important things we can do is find our tribe, find our soul family, find our friends that will be with us for a lifetime, and help each other out. Support one another in their paths. If and when there are people coming to you that you know are meant to be a part of your lifetime, connect with them. Allow them to connect with you. And allow those people to find you in your life. And you'll know who and when and why they're in your life. But it's most important to allow those things to happen and to come together as a collective. Everyone on this collective live stream right now, this is what I'm talking about. This is our soul family. This is our soul family. This is our tribe. If you're watching this, if you resonate with this, if you've been here and you're meeting the people who are all going through the same damn thing, this is our soul tribe. This is our family. Welcome. It's an honor to be the messenger, the leader for this soul tribe. And I appreciate each and every single one of you. But know that this is what will carry us through. The support and the love and the engagement we have for and with one another side by side as we continue on our path. That is what is most important this time. The last thing I'll channel for this Oracle-specific message in the beginning of the live stream is that this is truly a hellfire change. And this is truly your curse once again to witness this hellfire of change. And what I mean by that is learning to be able to do nothing other than, sad as it is to say, and most difficult as it is to say, allow someone to go through their own extinguishment. It's not a word, but extinguishing, depletion, deterioration, destruction. It is the letting go fully and the observation of someone having to go through their natural karmic process of destruction and rebirth through the hellfire of change, through their own karma that they must work through and repent from to become who they are meant to be, to stand by your side, proudly, fully, and reborn. This is the challenge and the curse and the blessing that we as a live stream are watching happen right now for another side of the collective, that we are being witness to, and we must be witness only to. And it's the gift of restraint, of knowing when we are meant to intervene, the timing of that, knowing when we are meant to reach out and to share a hand and to bring someone up, and when to let them go. And right now, it is a time of restraint. It is a time of restraint. Even when and despite and because you can feel that there's a counterpart energy going through the toughest fucking times of their life. Excuse my French. It is this time in particular that you must allow them to burn and make their own way. This is the true test of the feminine and the masculine at this time. The feminine observing and allowing the masculine to step up through his own karma and earn the right to stand side by side with his counterpart. All right. How we doing, guys? Epic day today, huh? Let me check in with the chat, make sure everything's good. Hopefully, audio, video, everything's been good. Susan, Alexandra, the Empress, Aqua Man, the Empress, Heather, Aqua. Thank you guys, Christina. Thank you guys for commenting, for sharing. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. All right. Are you guys ready for the collective love updates? I know this is everyone's favorite part. We have to get through the individual Oracle channel messages first. That's always most important for Spirit. But now it's time for the love updates. So whatever we need to know when it comes to love specifically. I know you guys always get excited when I'm done with my rants. But I've realized that that's just as important a part of this live stream as the actual love updates. You know, I used to discount them. Like I used to say, let's just rush into the love updates because that's why everyone's here. But they're important, and I get off my game when I don't allow them to fully come through. I think that's what last week when I was struggling a little bit, you guys saw, I didn't allow what needed to come through in that moment to be said fully, and I tried to rush into the love updates. And there was so much that needed to come up at that time that just wasn't ready, right? So anyways, thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for the donation as well. I appreciate it. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. We're using the Wild Unknown deck today. Oh boy, the Wild Unknown is always pretty intense. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones. What are the collective love updates that we need to know right now for the collective? What's going on between the masculine and feminine at this time for our highest good and healing? What is the most important things that we need to know or realize that you would like to share with us at this time? On behalf of the Twin Soul True Love Collective. All right. If it's in any indication, I saw 8 of Cups and Death. Okay. As I was shuffling, they always kind of give me a hint as to what's going to happen. So who knows? Or maybe they're just trying to scare us. But I saw 8 of Cups and Death card on the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling. So we shall see. All right. Spirit guide, loved one. What are the most important messages we need to know as a collective and love and in life for our highest good and healing at this time? Love updates specifically, please. What are the love messages we need to know for our greatest and highest good at this time? 7 of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, it's the assessment and the gathering of what we have. Okay, this is kind of like assessing the foundation of our life right now. 7 of Pentacles, right? It's seeing what we've gotten, seeing what we've gained, and seeing now where we'd like it to transition to and where we'd like it to go from where we're at right now. And it's also a little bit of stagnancy. It's a little bit of a pause point of coming into transition. It's also the essence of if there's anything stagnant in your life that feels like, again, you're putting energy towards more and more and more, but it's not really being reciprocated or it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, right? It's the energy of kind of starting to want to shift in a new direction, want to start in a new energetic way of being, a new beginning of sorts, right? And likely what it feels like is a certain amount of energy we've been dedicating towards a certain area or person in our life, emotionally or energetically, which just isn't able to reciprocate, just isn't able to return to be something renewed and refreshed and energized, right? Going in a certain direction. And it's that area we've got to pull back from. It's that area we've got to identify, to assess, and to pull back from, and to realize what it is, what we have, and where now it's best for us to go and to put our energy. We have the Daughter of Swords and the 7 of Wands. Some of us might be spending a little bit too much time, right, energetically, emotionally, or just tangibly trying to find out information about our counterparts, right? We might be trying to spy them or stalk them on social media. We might be checking in with friends and family about how they're doing. We might be drawing tarot every single freaking day about what the heck is going on with their lives, right? But either way, we are spending a lot of energy trying to find out on a daily basis what the hell is going on because we are uncomfortable with not knowing. And so the Daughter of Swords is here to say, yeah, it's that investigation that we are trying to find out what to do, where to go, and where this person stands, right? Daughter of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. This is only causing more fear, anxiety, and uncertainty in your situation. The more that you try and, I hate to break it to you, right? The more that you try and grab hold of the information or the investigation of where someone else is at in their life and what they're doing and how they feel about you, right? The more anxiety and distress and worry it is causing, unfortunately, in your own life and disturbing your own quality of life and robbing you of your energy. So at this time, what it's saying is to bring back the focus from someone else and what you've been trying to find out or ascertain and bring it back into your own life. Okay? To follow 7 of Wands and fight for your own path. Stay in your own lane. I say this with jest. I say this with a smile because I know for a fact, because I'm going through it too. Okay, guess who has the curse and the blessing of being able to read tarot every single day if he wants to for his own love life? Right here. So everyone has their way of spying or finding out, right, what's going on in their person's life or in their love life, okay? But, and by the way, I just want to share, if you are a tarot reader, if you try to do that, it never works. It's never going to work at this period of time because it's just, your mind will take it exactly where it thinks it needs to go, and it's so difficult to read for yourself, right? I'm not saying don't get a reading from another reader or myself if you want myself, but to read for yourself is extremely difficult, especially when it comes to love, and especially when it comes to being separated in true love and being a tarot reader. So that's just a side note for those of you guys who do that. But anyway, Seven of Wands is saying, look, I understand, I get it, but it's time to pull your energy back. It's time to reallocate your energy back towards your own life, back towards your own path, and focus on yourself and your steps moving forward. Even if that might be tough to hear, I will always share with you guys the truth of what needs to be shared. And doing this will allow you to move faster and more confidently, okay, towards your destination. Because there is a destination that we're meant to be going towards right now. Quite frankly, there's a destination that we are meant to be achieving, creating, building, heading towards. And it's just not time, all right, for this thing that you've been trying to investigate all this time, where it is, how it is, and where it's going to come together. If it's not time, it's not time. And trying to find out and know on a daily basis isn't going to help push that along, okay? So there's the message there. Yeah, and that's the Seven of Pentacles too. The Seven of Pentacles is putting energy into something, someone, or something that is just not. It's just stagnant. It's just stagnant. It's stagnating. So our lesson again is to learn to pull back in this way. The Star card. Okay, that's what it was. Now the other message, right, that came through that I had forgotten was the reason why Spirit wants us to do this is this message here right now. Hear me very clearly. And listen in and see and feel, right, who this is if you're uncertain. But I feel most of us are certain at this point who this person is that we're spying on or investigating about, right? Or this energy. Spirit wants you to know that this love, this person, this relationship, this situation is not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Okay? There's a bond that exists. There's a destiny. There's an intention. There's a path that exists between you two that cannot and will not be destroyed by your lack of action towards them at this time, or their lack of action towards you. The Star card comes out to remind us, and the channeled message about Egypt, for God's sake, to remind us that we have an intention together in this lifetime with this specific counterpart, one counterpart that we feel the intention around, we feel the love with, we feel that soul connection with, to be together, to change the world, to engage in true love. It's not going anywhere. Despite what they may have shown or told you, right? Spirit is asking you to trust in that reality, in that truth, that sacred truth that you two intended back in Egyptian times, when we realized that this lifetime would be the one where we needed to come together to change the world and experience true love and union for the world's sake, for Earth's sake. So it's written in the stars. It's written in your soul. This is science of the soul and stars. What's written in the stars is written in your own soul. All you need do is take a quick look and confirmation deep down in your soul that the words I'm saying are correct for you in this lifetime. If you were watching and resonating, by the way, even if you don't know who this person is, if you're with this person currently, or if you're in separation from a person, this is what's happening. Hookup culture. Other people who are not intended for this lifetime. Casual sex and intimacy. It is all transforming. It was never meant to be like that. Ever. It was meant to be with one person. Our divine, spiritually engineered, genetically engineered divine counterpart. So Spirit is saying, allow that part of you, allow that doubt, allow that lack of faith with the death card here. Allow that investigation, that energy you're putting towards someone, trying to spy and find out how they're doing, how they're feeling, how they feel about you, when they're going to come into your life. Allow that part of you to die. Allow that habit or that tendency to die. Because it needs to transform. Okay? 8 of Wands. The 6 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Yeah. The middle card here says it all. The middle card here says it all. The 4 of Cups is, hey, we may have a destined union written in the stars together. Star card. But 4 of Cups, it is just not the right time to accept and to engage with someone else in a divine cup of shared love. For whatever reason, it is just not the time. There are things to do, things to heal, people, places, things to see, whatever it is. 4 of Cups with the Moon card. For the time being, you're going to have to accept. It's about acceptance as well. Accept the fact that union, a counterpart, even yourself, is just not in the right place or time to come together. And again, with that energy of investigation, none of that's going to speed that along. It is only going to cause distress and anxiety and drain your energy as well that you could be putting towards other things. 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. When it is ready to happen, it will happen faster than the blink of an eye. Do you really think, sitting here right now, do you really think that your counterpart, the person that you are and maybe to you is investigating, do you really think that person doesn't want to be with you as much as you want to be with them? Do you really think that the feelings that you have inside of you when it comes to a certain person or knowing how you feel about them, that they don't share that the same? Particularly if it's been a lot of time, 6, 7, 8 months, a year that you two have been separated and you still have these deep feelings of connection. You really think that they don't feel those deep down inside, no matter what the hell they've shown you or told you because of their mind or ego or fear about expressing how they really feel. You really think that they don't feel the same way, that they want to be in union and relationship with you just as badly as you want to be with them. With all the love in the world. Absolutely they do. 100%. But the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands says, when they're ready, when it's ready, when divine timing is hit, it will happen faster and more automatically than the blink of an eye, and there will be more harmony and ease in the progression of that and the next chapter involved with that than you've ever could have imagined. So you don't have to worry anymore about how and when and the what ifs and the what should I do's to make this happen. It will happen automatically by divine fate and destiny through their action towards you or your action towards them, or mutual action towards one another. There will be a mutual feeling, a light switch that turns on that allows you to know, oh, now's the time. I get it. I get why we had to be separated. Now's the time. Let's make this happen. That is what is coming. That is the feeling. Okay? Beautiful. And 6 of Wands, right? It will be happy times. It will be victorious. It will be flying away from the darkness here. Right, fully spreading your wings. There's our collective symbol, by the way. The collective symbol for the twin soul, True Love Collective, is the butterfly, the blue butterfly, which you guys may have seen on the slideshow on YouTube. For whatever reason, that's how we know. That's how we'll know, right? And what's funny too is that the little emoji on TikTok and chat it's a blue butterfly. You guys notice that? It's very weird. And so that's kind of, and people have been saying that, and I've been seeing the symbology, and your counterpart probably sees the symbology. That's the one thing you know that is connecting you to is a blue butterfly or a butterfly in general. Maybe it's a different color for them, I don't know. But the butterfly, that is the symbol, the animal for this twin soul true love collective. That is how you know, if you know the butterfly has been coming into your life, this is your counterpart energy, your twin soul, your twin flame. Five of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. The greatest fear in the world that we're healing, okay, is the fear of losing someone, losing it, losing everything that we've worked for, being abandoned, being left out in the cold, being the only one on the journey. The fear is, wait, if I know what's going on, I'm aware, but my counterpart isn't, and I stay in this journey, but they don't, am I just going to be left out in the cold? Are they going to leave me behind? Are they going to abandon me? That's the fear, right? That's the belief that we may have because we don't trust enough, or we're working on trusting more our intuitive trust in ourself and the stars, by the way. So Spirit is asking you through this channel message, and if you go back to your past lives and you see what the hell you and this counterpart intended. We're at 111 right now, by the way, on YouTube. 111.11 just passed. Okay? This is what you have to find certainty around. And when you find certainty in and around this intention and this path that you two both have destined in this lifetime, you will let go of the fear that it won't happen, or they'll leave you behind, or they'll abandon you, or you'll abandon them, or it won't work out. I keep saying it, and I will say it again. If you're part of this collective, so long as you continue to choose this path, your counterpart, this journey, they will choose you. You guys see that? There is no need to worry. So long as you, listener, to this, you choose this journey that you're on towards development, towards space and separation, they will choose you. It is destined. It's a light switch. It's a turning on of the soul that is already activated. The only thing that will deter it is you making a choice to be with or to have a different life path, which you do have that choice. Always. Always, always, always. Okay? They are following your lead. Okay? On a spiritual level, they are following your lead. Okay? So you lead the way, spiritually, and trust. Nine of Wands, the path of ascension. So know that we are still very much in the path, on the path. You have the choice again to stay on this path, to keep progressing upwards and onwards on this twin soul journey, and to reach the top through the uncertainty, through the unknown of the moon here, right? The moon guiding our way. I love the symbology. I love the picture of this deck, right? That it came out with the Nine of Wands here, of the moon here, lighting our way dimly through the steps to ascension, to God, to union, okay? To completeness, to wholeness, all those types of things. What's so funny here, right, is that personally, in my own journey this week, I have a moon. I'll have to show you guys sometime. I have a moon picture in my bed, over my bed, that I got from Ross, and it's just a big painting of the moon, or this moons, right? And this week, I think it was right after the live stream, like a day or two after the last week's live stream, that was just weird. And I took the moon picture down and I put it outside. I said, I don't like the moon anymore. I said, I'm done with this moon stuff. Like, I want to know what's going on, right? I want to have clarity. I want to be in the sun. And those of you guys who know, it's my birthday this week, right? I was fully lit up as an Aries, the Aries that I am, in my own light, my own sun. And, and of course, what I realized today was the day I put it back up on the wall. And the reason why was because last week, what's interesting here, and I promise this will relate to everything we're talking about, is my repression of, my disgust for, my hiding of the moon, right, which is an essential part of this house, as well as my own life, trusting in the unknown, trusting in the dimly lit path of the moon as we move our way forward, I said, no more of that, right? And I tried to say, I am done with that. I want to know what's going on and light my own way, and I am. But also look at the way last week's live stream went compared to this one, with me and that energy. What happened was this. Oh, you know what's crazy? I think I actually took the painting down before that live stream. That's the crazy part. I'll have to think about that. I believe I took it down before the live stream, put it outside. But I felt no trust in every word that I was saying. I didn't have trust in myself in the unknown as I was speaking it. These live streams, you guys can see, I don't plan any of it. Each word, every sentence, every thought, every interpretation is in the moment channeled objective guidance from my soul and from the stars and from the divine. And you have to be willing to trust in the unknown, to take that leap. And when I said no more trusting the unknown, I'm done with the unknown, I felt last week I went right up into my head and I tried to analyze the meanings of the cards from my head, and my brain wasn't working and it got all foggy and crazy, and I was like, oh my, what is going on? Well, I lost the trust in the unknown. I lost the trust in my soul. I lost the trust in my own heart and my gut and my feelings to guide the way. And that is what, if you try to repress or ignore that, might happen if you try to shut out, like I did, the deep essences of the unknown and the moon and the path here. So anyways, rant aside. Don't shut out the moon. All right. We have the Son of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Mother of Swords, the Two of Swords, again, goodness gracious, Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, wow, and the Six of Swords. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that you guys can see all this on YouTube. I'll pull it up a little bit just so you guys can have there we go, a good view of the cards. Thank you guys as well, by the way, TikTok and YouTube, for all the donations. I appreciate it. Quick plug here, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button on the YouTube video. Helps this channel and video grow so we can be seen by more people and guide the right people. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't want to join the soul family. Last row here, which is typically for me advice and context from Spirit for what to do at this particular moment in time, or what to know for our highest good. Okay, as advice. Son of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. Okay. Is to trust. Funny enough, I just went on a rant about the moon, right? The Son of Pentacles card for me is about trusting and putting your head down into the unknown and having that strength and persistence to carry on through the darkness. You can see here this person, this being, this energy is enveloped and weighed down potentially by the darkness around, and yet he or she continues to persist forward, knowing that the destined path, the destined change, the destined union is on the horizon, right? Because now Ten of Cups shows up as the next card, the destined union of true love on the horizon, should you just be able to put your head down through the darkness and keep on going step by step. I saw 444 earlier. Someone else said 444 on this live stream, and it's about the energy of persistence, specifically persistence, as you continue on your journey and your path into and through the unknown. But you must be willing to trust. Do not make the same mistake I did and throw out the moon and throw out the frustrations of walking through the darkness, because it is the most important thing you are learning right now in your life. That will give you strength and stability. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom in the middle row is about that stability. It's about that foundation. The channeled message we had at the very beginning of this reading was all about creating that sense of stability and foundational rooted security in your own life. And Spirit really wants you to know That is what to build. That is what to focus on right now. However, you must build the foundation of the future of your life so you cannot be deterred or distracted or taken down by anything else. That is what you must build, whether that's job security, making a business, building a home, creating relationships with other people, whatever that is for you. Focus on that part of your life because it will play a very important role for your future ahead and for union and within union. Okay, that is very important at this time. Last couple cards, the Hierophant and the Mother of Swords. Right here, there goes the camera. Darn camera, I think when it's on 4K mode, which it is, it has like a hour limit before it shuts down due to heat. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to mess with that. But the Hierophant and the Mother of Swords. Spirit is affirming here through the advice to go in and tap into the guidance, right? The intuitive knowing, guidance, and messages. There's some way, shape, or form you're going to get clarity around this. You're going to get clarity around the destined path that you have with your twin, with your counterpart, with your person. And you're going to know this, Hierophant. It's going to come in like lightning, this assurance, this clarity, this past life experience, whatever it is for you that you can see the intention, all right? That wants to come in. If it's not here yet already, it will be coming in very soon. And it's saying once you have that clarity, and because of that clarity, trust in that enough to let go of the fear of missing out on this union or this person. And that will allow you to also pull your energy back from constantly sending it towards investigation or checking in on them in whatever way you do. So the advice here is to seek that out, to seek out maybe an Akashic Records session, to seek out channeled psychic guidance, or go into your own kind of past life like meditation, whatever you want to do there. Spirit's asking you to find clarity in that way. Okay, potentially this week I'm hearing too. It's a good week for that. And then the final card, the Mother of Swords. All right, so what this is sharing with me basically, because it's on the opposite end of the Daughter of Swords here. And this Daughter of Swords, right, I initially channeled as you having that investigation, right, with your partner or trying to find out what's going on. This is also your partner's energy or your counterpart energy who has essentially disconnected themselves from how they truly feel and what they truly feel at this time, okay? And that is what is in the midst of going through a transformation. That is still what it is in the midst of going through a transformation, okay, is the fact that they have, you must know, right? The reason why I said so clearly that I was questioning, right? I was gesturing like, you really think that they don't feel the same way? You really think they don't want the same thing? They're not allowing themselves to feel that at this time for whatever reason. That's why they haven't really fully shared that, because they haven't realized or felt the fullest extent of that Mother of Swords energy. They have disconnected from that part of themselves for whatever reason, because that's what they need to do right now in their life, whether it be because they're dealing with other stuff in their life, family, job stuff, okay, trying to survive, trying to get their stuff in order, whatever it is. They've had to close their heart down for protection, right? For what they feel is protection at this part of their time in their lives, so that they can do what they need to do. Okay, so that's the reality of this. Is you have a person here who is going through the midst of an emotional opening or transformation, who at the time of this saying, Spirit is saying with confirmation and clarity, that's the energy they're in. The energy they're in is they're refusing to admit or recognize or feel how they really feel within their own selves. And that is why it's showing up as a blockage to you, because it's disconnected. So you must be aware of this. Okay? Doesn't mean they're not on this journey, by the way. Doesn't mean that they stop being on the journey. It's just the part of the journey they have to be on right now, where they have to disconnect from their feelings and emotions at this time in order to learn the lessons, or in order to do the things they need to do that may be difficult. Getting their life together. Maybe they can't allow themselves to feel their emotions. This also could be a little bit of energy of what Spirit wants you listening to step into, right? In a healthy way. in a healthy way, maybe we can take on a little more of the Mother of Swords energy, where we know what we have to build, we know what we have to do, and we just kind of, for the time being, allow ourselves to, in a healthy way, disconnect from, right, these emotions, our emotions towards the situation, because of our undying faith. I'm not saying to run away from your emotions or to completely disregard them, but I'm saying to have a healthy disconnection or space between you and your emotions so you can get what you need to get done, okay, and build what you need to build and find stability in your own life at this current time so that you can continue the journey, okay, if you choose. While at the same time, even if you disconnect, knowing with undying faith that this is only part of the journey towards union and towards true love, that it's not going anywhere. That is one of the most important messages that came through during this channel live, is it is not going anywhere. So long as you continue to choose it. Look what came out as the final outcome cards, by the way. 2 of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. Spirit is saying, so long, even if you disconnect, so long as you continue to choose this journey and you affirm to yourself, I do still choose this journey, yet I need to disconnect from my heart and emotions for the time being to get what I need to get done, it's not going anywhere. Okay? And there will be a time in the near future where you can reallow yourself, if this is something you choose to do, to fully open your heart and to experience the breadth and the depth of the emotions present in this connection. But really, it's just saying, what I'm trying to say here, experience your emotions, but don't allow your emotions to distract you, if that makes sense. Don't allow your emotions to deter you or to cause feelings of doubt. All right? Let this full moon energy be the culmination of you allowing your feelings to deter you or distract you from what you know you need to be doing and the ways in which you know you need to be being at this current time. Does that make sense to you guys? Allow this day, allow this full moon to be the last ending or culmination of your emotions from distracting you from what you know you need to do because of fear that you're going to miss out or you're going to lose someone. It's not going anywhere. Trust me. Trust me when I say it's not going anywhere. Trust Spirit. Trust your guide. Trust your gut. Okay? 1,333 playbacks. Your person is with you. Your counterpart energy is with you, supporting you each and every step of the way. That's 333 for me. The message is, we are with you. I am with you on a spiritual level. Okay? Wow. Thank you, Spirit. That was an amazing synchronicity. Last 3 cards. 2 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the showing up on the board. Amidst all the chaos, amidst all the pain, and amidst all of the destruction and the hard things to hear and know, exist the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. The greatest possible love and life and empire and home and abundance and prosperity that you could possibly ever imagine showing up here on the board in the later rows in the overall outcome and final row of the reading to assure each and every single one of us what we are on the path for and why we are putting in all of this incredible, crazy, and quite difficult work throughout and because of this connection and this true love counterpart energy. This is the intention that we had for ourselves and for the world and with this person in this lifetime, the twin soul, true love collective that we are creating here. Our intention as part of this soul tribe is to know and be in love and connection and eventual union with our twin soul, our counterpart. And I will venture to imagine and to predict at this time that just came to me is that at some point in time, they will join you in and on this live stream. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what way. But I feel in time that they are coming to join all of us with you within this live stream. Just a feeling. And we will all continue on together within this collective, moving towards our destined soul journey towards changing the world. Right now, it's just us. Right now, it's just us making our way, creating the path, creating the foundation, knowing what we know, and carving our own way, creating the path so we can have stability and structure, the eventual coming together in union, and then, what I'm just realizing this channel and this collective will be doing at that time is working together to change the world. There will be some way, shape, or form that this tribe, this collective here, changes the entire world. I don't know how. Don't know how. Don't know in what way exactly yet. But it's a truth that's coming through now, through me. That we are all going to do. It's not just me. It's you guys in this collective. What you're doing, who you're becoming, what you're preparing. It's all going to be a part of it. I already know some of you watching and listening will have things that you are going to be able to contribute to and for and because of this group and this collective. Your gifts. So keep going. And Six of Swords is keep going. 1. Keep going. Keep choosing. And be willing to forgive and let go of the past. It is no longer relevant at this time. The only thing that is relevant at this time, if you are still hanging on to the past, is your own journey, your own path, your own choice at this current present moment, and what you'd like to create in the near future with yourself and with your partner, eventual partner, or current partner, wherever they're at in your life. Okay? Cool. That feels complete. That feels complete. How are you guys doing? Let me check in. I'm gonna have some cacao. That was pretty crazy. And we're gonna move into the weekly astrology and potentially a upcoming week ahead tarot reading. The bottom of the deck here was the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We're at 133.03 on the live stream. That's pretty crazy. So 333, I'm with you. The Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, right? So the Wheel of Fortune, again, speaking about destiny, speaking about one person, speaking about an intention, speaking about a karmic intention to fulfill for the greatest prosperity and abundance we could possibly live out in our lives. That's the Wheel of Fortune showing up here underneath the deck. Okay, so just know that is, if you're watching and resonating and feeling this, that is why you're here. That is why you're both here. Don't forget it and don't doubt it. All right. That's that. Let's get into the channeled astrology. We're going to do the week ahead. And then I might draw some tarot as well in addition to that to see any messages that Spirit has in love and in life for the week ahead specifically. So let me go ahead. There we go. So TikTok, if you're on TikTok, the astrological chart will be live on YouTube. You can see the charts as I'm scrolling through it and messing around with it with my cursor. So if you want to do that, check out the YouTube page, Science of the Soul and Stars. If not, I'll speak everything out loud so you guys can still hear. This is the week ahead when it comes to the channeled astrology. And let's talk about tonight. What's going on tonight? So we have the full moon here in Libra. Let me see what time it's at. Oh, wow. Looks like it might have already occurred. Yeah, it did. Okay. Well, it's already occurred, it looks like. It looks like it somewhere around like 12:40, all right, PST, was this full moon in Libra. Of course, with Sun in Aries. Now, wow. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Look at this, guys. So we have Sun at this current full moon, right, at 12:30 when it happened. Sun conjunct Chiron, conjunct Venus, conjunct Ceres. Venus, Chiron, and Sun at 888. Okay? 888, meaning prosperity, abundance, and it's also the infinity symbol. Yeah? Prosperity, Wheel of Fortune, abundance, infinity symbol with the twin soul. Chiron and Venus conjunct the Sun. So we are shedding a light here, illuminating, right, our potential fear of the darkness or dealing with the unknown and being willing to pioneer and pave our own way and path. Yeah. For our eventual union with our counterpart, as well as our eventual prosperity, abundance, and fortune in this lifetime. Okay? Through this moment, through this time, we are clearing out the things, the cobwebs deep underneath that needed to be cleared out and need to be cleared out so that we can pave our way and make our way and express who we are uniquely, individually. Part of the healing of today is allowing whatever and whoever you are on a deep soul level to be fully expressed without hesitation and without fear, and in a way that sets the precedent, sets the unique way of expression for the rest of the world to be able to follow in your footsteps. You are healing everything you need to heal to become a natural leader, or the most leadership-oriented version of yourself in your own way. Chiron and Aries with Venus. With Venus and Ceres as well. Okay. There is this aspect, again, still being healed. It's been being undergoing construction for a while, of knowing how to give and to receive love and energy on an equal way, reciprocally. Reciprocally? In a reciprocal way. And so that's what I mean when there's a Seven of Pentacles energy showing up in the crown of the initial tarot card reading. It means that there's currently an area in our life still, whether that's work, whether that's relationship, whether that's family, whether that's friend, there's some area in our lives where we are still learning to receive back or to stop giving energy in excess towards something or some area that is not giving you back any energy. It's knowing our worth, being able to let go, being able to step away, and being able to allow something or someone else to go through pain, the pain necessary that we have been taking on as a collective in order to learn their lessons, to grow, and to transform within. So there's an area likely in your life that you are maybe not allowing someone or something to burn or to feel the pain of their karma and their responsibility. And likely that area is the area that is draining you of your energy potentially. That is what is being healed. And the ask is to, as of today, allow that area to descend into the depths of hell. Because hell is nothing more than repentance. And repentance is the most critical thing necessary in order to transform something and someone into the light. Once again. At which time, you as the angel that you are, able to reach out and lend a hand and bring someone up from the depths. But they will not be willing and they will not be ready unless they've experienced the depths and the fire and the hell fire of their own karma. That's the tough part. It's the knowledge that responsibility and pain is one of the most growth-oriented or important lessons and experiences that you can give or allow someone to go through in their own life. I'm never saying cause pain to others. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying allow others to experience the pain and the responsibility they are meant to experience without you taking it on. You guys see that? Only then and only then, when you allow that to happen and learn that lesson, that it's just as important for you to let go as it is for them to go through that experience, that you will be able to engage in equally supportive, mutual partnerships of all kind. Family, friends, relationships. Okay? So that's the element, channeled element of Ceres conjunct Venus, right? Venus is relationships and love. Chiron is deep inner traumas and healing, and Sun. So anything, again, from childhood that made you feel like you needed to give more in order to feel worthy or receive love from a parental figure, potentially, or an authority figure, right? Likely there was something that happened when you were young that you subconsciously instilled the belief that unless I give this, or unless I am this, or unless I do this, I will not be loved the way I meant to be loved. Right? It was a pattern that was set up for you to realize now and to let go of, that it's not true. That you are loved unconditionally. You are so loved unconditionally at this moment, forever, and always have been. It's just been the belief, the limitation that you believe that you aren't. That is what is getting healed. All right. Wow. This is a powerful full moon. You guys can feel it, but the alignments that are showing up here, crazy. We've got Mars conjunct North Node at 14 degrees, okay, in Gemini. Both conjunct at 14 degrees, making a sextile to 888 Chiron, Sun, Venus, and Ceres. That's crazy. Uranus, by the way, is also at 8 degrees. So yeah, Mars in Gemini conjunct North Node. The only way forward is by lighting our own fire, lighting our own path, being our most authentic, driven, and passionate version of who and what we are. That is the thing. Spirit is asking us, the stars are asking us at this time to find the thing in life that genuinely lights us up, genuinely lights our fire and our passion, and allows us to express that freely without hesitation. That is the way forward. If you are missing that in your life, if you don't have something in your life within yourself that you've identified that lights you up genuinely, that you can do for yourself and for the world, that is the thing to find or to allow into your life or to do any healing around to allow it to be. Whatever that is, however you want to be and express yourself, your own way of being, really whatever fears you have around allowing that to be seen. Allowing yourself to express that part of yourself, to be that part of yourself. Take this, my way of being, as an inspiration. I don't care anymore that there's 2 red stars and Chinese metal coins and a tiger and a bracelet that may come off as weird anymore. I don't care that I'm talking about the twin soul, true love collective with the butterfly as the symbol that has nothing to do with the YouTube algorithm. Twin soul doesn't exist on the YouTube algorithm. I'm not putting it there so I can be seen or attract people based on the algorithm. I'm putting it there because that is what I'm truly here to be and to express and to guide. So that is what Spirit is asking you to embrace and to embody and to move forward with. Okay? To bring out whatever is deep down inside from within and to express it in a way that has logical significance, meaning you've brought out these inner depths of who you truly are to express and how to express it, and then you've taken the step-by-step process of expressing that in some way. That's Mars North Node in Gemini here, finding a way through the kind of structure of knowledge or putting a structure of knowledge around these inner depths that you want to express. That is what wants to come through. But it's also building that foundation too, right? Building that foundation so you can freely express the depths of who you are. That's also very important as well. Okay, so that was a lot, but this is a significant day. I just want you guys to know this is a very significant day. Take some time, do some breath work, do some deep inner soul searching today, because it's a powerful, powerful day to release and to step into a new version of who you are, okay? Yeah, look at that Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces as well. Holy cow. It really is. It really is about understanding logically, right, the depths of who you are on a spiritual level and bringing that out. Okay, let's move on to the next couple of days because I don't want to take too long. Good. And I have something at 5 p.m. tonight, so I do have to be conscious about that. So remind me if I get too late. Remind me if I get too close to 5 because I have an important meeting I don't want to miss. And sometimes I won't even look at the time. So, all right. So let's move on. So March. Also, I almost forgot. Lucio, if you are in TikTok or YouTube, I don't know if you've made yourself known, but please make yourself known because I do owe you a birthday reading. I did not forget. So if Luziel is here, if you guys know Luziel is here, if I haven't seen it, please make sure. I believe it's a she. He or she gets their birthday reading. Okay, because I did promise. All right, let's keep going, and I will check the chat too. I will check the chat to make sure that I don't miss it. Okay. So get your question ready, Lucio. Get your question ready. All right. So let's move on. So that was today, March 28th. And then we have, let's continue moving forward. What else do we have that's significant here? March 30th. Nothing much significantly changing. Moon is in Scorpio, making a trine to Mercury here in Pisces on the 31st. That will be a day where something that you've realized intellectually, but on a spiritual level, will be transformative for your emotional way of being or your subconscious mind. Absolutely. There's an opportunity for insight, clarity, or transformation when it comes to something you realized or know about your path moving forward. I feel like this might be the whole past life, twin soul, clarity, intention day where you get that opportunity to get that download, potentially. So feel that out. But that's kind of what I feel that day is coming into. All right. And it's going to happen with the trine here. It's meant to happen. It's meant to come through. Right. So Moon in Scorpio, trining Mercury and Neptune in Pisces here. Yeah, that's a destined piece of clarity there that's important on the 31st here. So look out for that. And if there's any sessions or Hierophant-like guidance things you got going on, that's a good day for it. All right, let's move into April. Exciting stuff. Let's see. All right, Moon moves into Sagittarius here, making a trine to Sun, Venus, and Ceres, and Chiron. Also beautiful. Okay. Very important day very important day to realize or to teach or to express what you've learned throughout this time with others to help them on their journey. So if you are active on social media, if you are involved in some type of collective group or some place where you can share your wisdom about what you've learned or what you're learning, then this will be the day, April 1st, April 2nd, right here with the Moon. Oh, wow. Especially April 2nd here, April 1st and April 2nd. Moon conjunct Juno here, square Mercury and Neptune, and South Node trine Venus and Sun. Yes. Communication, for whatever reason, communication and sharing what you've learned with people and what you've healed and what you've gone through to help others on their path, I feel will be important here. Okay. We're going to go till April 5th. That's the end of that week, this week ahead. Okay. But so far, I think the main points have been covered. Moon goes into Capricorn here. Ceres and Venus on April 3rd. That's important. Conjunct at exactly 16 degrees here. You guys can see. Ceres and Venus. Okay. Making a trine and a sextile. Sextile over to North Node and Mars. Also making a trine to the Earth. Wow. And then a trine over to the South Node. Okay. So this will be a day. There you go, because it passes on after that. I don't believe it comes back. Yeah, Venus is flying after that. So this will be a day when you can fully establish harmony and balance between your ability to receive and give love, or you will be able to come into a healing moment of that, or a clarity around that, or a tangible way of knowing that you've quote unquote passed the test of being able to balance those sides of yourself, right? Venus conjunct Ceres. How I give and how I receive love must be equal, and I must be only in situations in my life that allow me to feel loved as much as I put out love. That's Ceres conjunct Venus here. So that day will be an important day for that recognition of that, or a tangible admittance of that, a tangible admittance of that, or proof of that in some way, shape, or form. A lesson that's happening here. South Node trine the South Node here in Sagittarius. Also, Juno here is somewhat in the mix. Not really, though. May or may not involve a counterpart situation here. I feel it's not really closely important or related at that time. It's more so within yourself. Okay, so don't think it's going to have to come from that. But it will have to do with ways of being from the past and or past life tendencies that you're healing here with the South Node trine. So any way in which you were conditioned, okay, that's what it is. So any way in which you were conditioned that you had to give of yourself in order to receive love back, that is what will be being made very clear. That is no longer relevant. That is what wants to be healed and made more in harmony. Okay, so just know that's on April 3rd. And then last couple days here we have, April 4th and April 5th, we're going to have Moon conjunct Pluto here in Capricorn. Let me just go to the exact time. I think that's going to be very significant. So we have, I want to see what the alignments are on that exact moment. Okay, on April 4th, around 11 p.m. Pacific, we have the Moon conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Actually not making any other alignments to anything else besides what looks like a quintile to Chiron here. But other things happening at the same time. See if there's anything significant here that stands out as something. We do have a sextile from Saturn to Chiron. Neptune is square Juno. Okay. And Mercury. So besides that one thing, there's not really too much significant that's going on that's different from what I've already described. There's a lot going on, but there's not too much different from what's going on from what I already talked about. What I do see, though, is that it's more of a collective societal transformation that's happening, because we have, and the structures of society, Pluto conjunct the Moon in Capricorn with Saturn making a square to Chiron in Aquarius and Chiron in Aries. There's a real new structure or way of being that wants to really break free and break open and pave a new way when it comes to society. I really feel that, I'll I'll just, I don't want to go too deep down this rabbit hole. This will be maybe a different live stream down the way. But when it comes to the ways of being in which we've been in society that have been limiting or restrictive, or any wounds we carry around how we've been as a society moving forward, the old ways of being and what it means coming into a new era, those things I feel are really wanting to have a light shed on and also transformed in a deep way. And it's going to start with the individual awareness and consciousness of the fact that society as we know it is breaking down and no longer able to hold and to fit the evolving consciousness or awareness of the collective that I'm speaking to and for and with. It's because it's not. And if you look at the state of how things are, and I'm not going to say any specifics, but if you look at the state of how things are, it is just not. There's a lack of trust and there's a lack of belief in the structure that currently holds our society and as a people of who we are, right? Our leadership, the people leading the ship of society, of America, of the world right now, right? If you're in America or elsewhere, can you really look at me or look at yourself and say, I trust that fully? I am in full unconditional trust of the foundation and the integrity and the truth of the leadership and the structure that holds our society together at this current moment in time. That is the questions that will be and are going to be raised most likely around this time and will be continuing to be raised around this time. Because as we grow in our awareness and consciousness as a society and as individuals, I guarantee you we're going to become more aware that the structure that holds us together is breaking down and is no longer able to hold what we are and who and what we're becoming. And that is simply only becoming more and more and more apparent as we go. And I will say one thing. That is going to be somewhat political, but I'm going to keep it as objective as possible without spreading my ideology in any way, because that's not what this channel is about. But if you look at the state of the current leader of the free world, whatever your opinion of him is, whether you love him, you like him, you don't like him, whatever you think, it's been made very clear, at least to me and many others that I've talked to through my own observations of common sense, that there's a deterioration of the ability to clearly articulate the truth that we need to hear as a society right now at its deepest, darkest time. And there's a reason for it. It's because Mr. Joe Biden, again, without saying anything negative about him, from my observations as a healer and just who I am and what I can see, is that there are so many competing narratives in his head, so many stories, so many things that he must feel or think that he needs to be or to say or to do to be perceived as the right person or to be perceived correctly or to be politically correct, that he can't keep it all straight anymore. He cannot hold all of these competing narratives together in his head. And thus what comes out is inarticulate. It's not able to be understood. It's nonsensical sometimes, because that is the reality of what someone who has been trained to only allow these stories, which are now so many and so crowded and so competing, to be spoken truly. And so what is wanting to happen is the descending of his soul to be able to speak from his own body, his own truth, what he really wants to be and see and do for society and give. He's not following that anymore. And that is why we have not heard his own truth. And so what I believe we can do is to ask that from him. I wish we could put this video for him and say, Joe, it's okay. Joe, it's okay. You don't have to speak about things in a way that is not in alignment with what you want and what you believe and what your truth is. You can just speak that. And that is the leader. That is all we need, is someone to speak the real truth of what they feel and what they see and what they want genuinely. And it's this deterioration of that truth and the spoken words that are coming out that are painting a light and pointing a light towards our awareness that it's not the truth. That's the only reason. Is because of the way in which he is unable to articulate the words and the thoughts at this time. That is how we are aware that it's not the truth. Isn't it ironic? That is the only way. It's this mental decline that has happened, unfortunately, that has spotlighted the fact that he is not speaking from his soul, but he is speaking from a narrative or what other people he believes want to be said or expressed. So the biggest thing we can do to help is to request that from him. Request the soul of Joe. Request the truth from Joe. Request Joe to just speak and be who he is as the leader of the free world. What does he genuinely want to be and create and express for the world? And the more we express of that, I know, the more clear and the more articulate and the more solid he will become as our president. Because like it or not, we are with him and he with us for the next 4 years. And you can do that. We can do that. We can help by doing that ourselves. Okay? Take that. Take him as a symbol or a representation of society's collective way of being, of trying to be something that we've constructed from the head or from other people or from competing narratives, and trying to take it all and try to, construct something that we have to, or we think we should be seen as, or we think would be best, and to put it out there in the world. It's like, that no longer works. That no longer works anymore. It no longer, you see it. It's a representation of Joe Biden. It no longer works to take something other than your soul and to try and express it. And if you try, well, you're going to see what happens. So the way in which we can help is by speaking from our soul and not our head. Letting the truth, the real truth, be heard, no matter what that is, and no matter how scary it is. I have avoided politics, and I will continue to generally do so, except when it is on my heart and relevant to this collective reading as it is today and on April 4th and April 5th. This is about love and union and our path and our soul, but I just want us to be aware of what's happening and why that's happening. People may wonder, why is that happening? Why, if you watch the press conference, it is getting more and more clear that this man cannot articulate the truth from his soul. That is why. It is a symbol. It is a representation of us as a collective and what we are struggling with and what lessons we are learning. So take that as a lesson. All right, enough about that. All right, guys. Let's get into, let's finish out the reading here. And we will go into the last part of the reading. So this is going to be about the week ahead and what to expect. All right, last part of the reading. Guys, I've stuck through this far. I appreciate it, and I welcome you here. Okay, now we're going to see last few messages from the Thoth Tarot deck, what Spirit has to say for our week ahead, both in love and in life, what we can expect for the next few days. Those of you guys watching on TikTok and asking, I go live once a week on YouTube. I do this collective twin soul, true love collective reading with the whole astrology and everything like that. That's once a week every Sunday around 1 or 2-ish p.m., depending on when I wake up that day. And just being honest. And then I go live throughout the week on TikTok and Instagram specifically with just whenever I feel guided to. I didn't go live this week because I was going through a lot, but I had a lot of sessions too to do for personal clients. But all right, Spirit Guides, loved ones, Masters, Wise Ones, what are the messages we need to hear for the collective in love and in life for our highest good and healing at this time for this week ahead specifically? What are the messages we need to hear for our highest good and healing at this time in love and in life for this week ahead specifically, Spirit? Let me show the, there we go. This week ahead. What do we need to know for our highest good and healing at this time for the week ahead? Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Beautiful. It really is, guys, right? This fiery, passionate energy of knowing our worth, knowing who we are, and without resistance going for what we want and stepping into our truest power. Because the Queen of Wands, right, doesn't take anything less than what she knows is destined and meant for and on her same level in terms of energy, love, and exchange of any kind. Wheel of Fortune, nothing but the best. Okay. Allowing and perceiving and observing the wheel of this union, of this part of life, of her abundance, right, to turn as it will, and noticing the progression of things as they come. When it comes to love, true love, Two of Cups, there will be some tangible progression when it comes to love and relationships and the realization of love. Two of Cups here coming together, the Wheel of Fortune, right? A destined change, a destined moment of progression, a destined realization or feeling of your destiny when it comes to love. Ten of Swords, the Lovers. Wow, and the Nine of Wands, yeah. How about that? So interesting, right? Because we have, right, the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Cups. The middle of the deck, or middle of the spread, is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. And then the Lovers. And then the Nine of Wands. So whatever has been driving you to the point of pure exhaustion that needs to come to a close, that needs to come to an end, when it comes to love and your way of being, but also specifically within your relationship to a certain person and counterpart, that I feel is coming to a sudden and dramatic end that is a part of, right? You could see the Lovers and the Two of Cups surrounding the Ten of Swords, a part of this overall destined journey between you and your counterpart, lover, and energy. Nine of Wands telling you, right, this has all to do with, everything to do with this true love union, noticing the progression, seeing how it progresses through an ending, seeing how it progresses through a ending of some phase or way of being in this connection that then encourages you to have the courage and persistence to continue on and have the strength to continue on at this time. But it is saying strength specifically. It is saying something happening here, some sort of ending, some sort of phase coming to a close that is calling for you to display this persistence and strength towards, in and around and surrounding this divine love affair that is currently happening within your life. And really it is, with the Knight of Wands underneath the Ten of Swords, it's the end of a phase of someone that you might be dealing with in your life not being willing to give to you or step up and be on your level when it comes to knowing and appreciating and sharing what you're worth to them. This Queen of Wands versus Knight of Wands, a very clear differentiation between the levels of worth and power that both sides are displaying, right? The feminine here and the masculine here. The feminine standing truly, strongly within her own belief, power, and will and knowledge of what she is worth, and putting an end to the shenanigans of someone taking advantage of her and her love and her kindness and not being willing to reciprocate. So there's the end of that phase. There's the end of a phase of someone maybe coming in and out, or not being solid or true, or being wishy-washy in some way, shape, or form. And that end is coming, whether you put an end to it, whether they put an end to it. I feel like it's more they are putting an end to that because of your way of being and because of the fact that they see how strong and powerful you are in your light. Just by your very presence or the way you're showing up, that's being put an end to. They know that there's no more. This is like a gate. This is like a gate that's here, right? Ten of Swords, a gate that is closed. Closing the door on any and all knights. The energy of knights wanting to come in and out as they please. So, potentially difficult with the Ten of Swords sometimes, but extremely harmonious. An extremely tangible, positive sign towards the progression of coming together in true love, Two of Cups, and destined soul, twin soul union, the Lover's card here, that will help keep us on the path. Okay? The path towards Six of Wands, victory with one another, and towards a new horizon and beginning. Okay? Okay. Well, guys, I think that's about it for today. Let me see and check in with the chat and see. We've already gone 2 hours, 13 minutes. Good. It's 4:17. And let me see if there's couple things. I want to see if Luciel's... Oh, Luciel's here. Luciel's here. Okay. Well, I promise. So, Luciel, happy belated birthday. I'm so glad you're here. She said, Brandon, I would appreciate some guidance, but I don't know a particular question. All right. Well, then we're just gonna draw some cards for you. Universal Worth feels right for your birthday, Luciel. So hopefully you're here. And this is for Luciel officially for her birthday. Cheers to the end of shenanigans, says Amy. America says, yes, don't be late. Oh, I won't. Don't worry. Thank you, though. KT Gemini, still need to straighten the tiger picture. No way. Oh, my God. Wow, it does look really crooked, huh? You know what? I am going to do that. There. I think that's better. Yeah. All right. Tiger painting is straightened. All right. All right, so this is for Luziel. Now, I have a feeling, guys, right, 111 in the chat, wow, for TikTok, that this reading will be relevant as well for all of you guys. So there might be a message here. Don't think it's just for Luziel. This is intended for Luziel, but oftentimes, because we are a collective, there will be guidance in this message for all of you as well if you do resonate. All right, so don't try and force it, but typically when Spirit has me do something like this for one person, it applies to many more. All right, so this is for Luziel specifically. So Spirit Guides, loved ones of Luziel and myself, please allow me to guide for the highest good and clarity for Luziel at this moment for her birthday, which was last week. What messages do you have specifically for Luziel at this moment in time? Because of her birthday, what are the highest messages for her good, highest good and healing at this time that she needs to hear in love or in life? Okay. 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, Temperance, yeah, 10 of Swords, King of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. Wow. All right. So Luziel, this is for Luziel. Here's your reading. 5 of Cups at the top, 10 of Swords. Probably not the easiest time for you, I would imagine. You might be feeling like your cups have been spilled, like you've lost someone, sad, lonely, maybe some depression, feelings of, is it ever going to happen? Am I ever going to find my person? Am I ever going to be happy with them? Or have I lost them forever? Wondering, possibly waiting. Yeah. 4 of Cups and Temperance. Okay. The acceptance of a situation, Luziel, the acceptance of a situation in your life is very important for you to know right now. Because what is here, the King of Cups, underneath the deck is the Queen of Cups. Okay. So there's a destined match here on the board. 10 of Cups as well. There's a destined match here. One side is not ready to fully open their heart, right, in this situation. So what's required right now is a lot of patience, Luziel, for you in your life at this moment. And allowing a phase that you've been in of feeling like you've lost, feeling like it's never going to happen, feeling like you've lost someone, right? I keep getting that. You've lost someone, or something's missing, or it's never going to happen, right? Putting an end to the phase of those feelings, or allowing those feelings to dictate your life at this current moment, because that's not what I see here. What I see here is there needs to be an end for this moment in time of the way that you're feeling and the dedication of your energy towards the situation in any way. 10 of Swords. Because it's likely become exhausting for you at this moment in time, and it needs to be put an end to. But there is a destined union here, a divine counterpart match showing up, one side not being ready just yet, or one side you're not aware is getting ready, but also the need for acceptance and a lot of patience. Temperance shows up within the situation because there is healing still required. 4 of Swords. Someone here needs a time out so that they can become who they're meant to become. Likely, this King of Cups, right, needs some time. That's one of the main messages for you. This person needs some time. Okay? Doesn't mean they're not there. Doesn't mean that they're not walking towards you. Doesn't mean that this isn't in the process of becoming what it's meant to become, because it is. Because the 10 of Cups wouldn't have showed up if it wasn't. So trust. Have patience. Let this go. Put an end to the feelings. To put an end to the time of letting feelings overrun, right, your life, or become too much, or to dictate, right, your life on a daily basis. Practice patience and acceptance and faith as well is another thing that's being called for. Faith in this situation for the long-term outcome of 10 of Cups, because it is here and it is coming, but it is not at this time. Okay? Whether you know this person or not, I don't know if you do, this person, this divine counterpart, this match, this true love person is coming for you. He just is not ready yet. Okay? All right. I kind of sense that this is someone new. I kind of sense that this is someone that you don't know yet, or you're just generally, right, you're not with anyone, or you're not with this person. Could be wrong. But I can kind of sense that you're wondering if this is ever going to happen. And yeah, it definitely is. All right? Absolutely. All right, Lucio. So that's your reading. So I hope it helps. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Let me see if she said anything in regards to that reading. Lucio, let us know how that matched up with your current situation. But anyways, if she doesn't come back on. Hey, Jesse, what's going on? Welcome. I'm glad you're on here. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining in, for participating. If I didn't get to a question of yours that you had or shout you out or see, I apologize. I just know I'm in your corner. And I know it's not the easiest of times in the collective right now. I know that there's a lot of angst and curiosity and distress and wondering and feelings. And I know because I'm going through it all at the same time with you guys. And, I'm here to speak it out as we go through it together. So just know I'm with you. And if you guys do need tangible one-on-one support, I'm also here for you as well. So you can go to my website, brandontobias.com, and I offer recorded or live sessions if you want to participate in that. But other than that, if you're not ready for that or you're just getting to know us, right, we do go live once a week here on Sundays somewhere between 1 and 2 p.m., again, depending on my wake-up time that day. And we do this collective live stream, and we're here to help support you in your situation when it comes to love and in life, whatever spirit wants to share with the collective. Outside of my specific opinions and ideology, I try to keep it as neutral and as objective as possible for my soul. All right, so thanks so much for joining. If you haven't already, do me a favor and please share this video if you think someone wants or is ready to see it or they're going through a tough time. And be sure to hit that like button as well. It's YouTube's favorite way of spreading this video so other people can see it and have their guidance from it. And also, if you're new and want those continued weekly updates on more videos I put out throughout the week, then be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. We'd love to have you as part of the Soul family. Okay? I love you guys. Thanks so much. And Luziel, I hope that helped you. Oh, Luziel. Okay, Luziel said, thank you. I do know him already. Okay, that's the dude. That's the dude. Don't worry. Don't doubt that's your dude. All right? The King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, that's your dude. Okay? You're welcome. I hope that helps. Thanks for clarifying. And don't doubt. That's your dude. He's getting ready. Okay? All right. All right, guys. Love and lights. Take care for now, and I'll see you next week. All right? Play the intro.